Has anybody noticed that there's been a large influx of people demanding for things to go back to the way they used to be? There's an abundance of people demanding for things to be more traditional than modern. You know, it's this weird longing for the old days as if things were better, when in reality it was probably just better for you. I feel like I'm saying a lot, so let me stop by saying this. Somebody asked me the other day, do I feel like that I am a traditional man or a modern man?
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
It's a two-part answer, and they asked me why. It's not who's traditional and who's modern. Is it modern thinking to be traditional, or is it traditional thinking to be modern?
The wishes are gone!
I like to think of more of the latter, so let me reiterate. A bunch of people are out here demanding for things that they really don't want. Everybody's screaming for equality and saying that we all need to be equal, that we need to do this and do that, and everyone needs to be on the same level. No, that's not what's happening right now. That's not the problem right now. The issue is that people don't want true equality. People want real privilege. Those are two completely different things, and I'll explain them a little bit. To be honest with you, it's been nice to have this break to kind of just sit back and observe and just look at individuals kind of show their ass in very unique ways.
I'm in danger.
And I don't mean like just delivering fuck you, but a lot of their mannerisms is like, hey, I want you to like me, but fuck you.
Wow, I never knew you could make fun of someone for being homosexual.
And by laughing at other people's sexuality, somehow I feel better about my own.
It's Levin. Yeah. They don't speak to me unless your tone nice. Like my liquor brown and chased with no ice. Okay, maybe just a cube or two. Hennessy's the usual. Lemon squeeze around the rim, but tonight needed suitable. Gold slugs in a tailored suit. Gold nut, pinky finger, ooh. You try to show fake love, but we ain't amused. So we show.
Let's not get it twisted, right? I don't want this video to sound like that I'm just out here ranting off of stupid things, but I do need people to really understand what it means to actually be a traditional individual. Or in this case, a traditional man. For every man, there is a woman, and for every woman, there is a man, right?
I really don't care.
But in reality, that's not quite the truth, is it? See, if that was the case, there would be somebody for somebody, which is what we're taught.
Isn't that cute? But that's wrong!
But it's not an even distribution of men and women in the world now, is it?
What happened?
But if you really think about it and really be honest with yourself, everyone don't want you. Everyone doesn't want that other person.
Having these balls makes me feel something that resembles joy, I think. I want to caress them.
And it really turns into real primal shit. You know, survival of the fittest type of shit.
Why not let Billy decide who he wants to be dominated by?
All right, Billy. Who's it gonna be?
And I would love to actually acknowledge individuals who think that the world is beyond these primitive ways.
There's only one boss around here, and that's me. He's my baby.
Let's reiterate, if we were more traditional, that means that everything that we are taught when we listen to women as men is wrong. There's a whole bunch of songs out there that I'm gonna admit, I was influenced incorrectly too.
You remind me of something. I just can't think of what it is.
I listened to a lot of Boys and Men, and when I say I loved them growing up, I fucking loved them growing up. I realized that a lot of the songs that I listened to taught me the wrong message as a man. There's a part on it that doesn't quite resonate now in 2021 because you realize it's not the right message. And in reality, it seems really nice in hindsight.
Loving you is easy 'cause you're beautiful.
It's like, wait a minute. Why are we giving bitches the impression that we're supposed to do this for more than 45 minutes to an hour?
Game
recognized game, and you looking kinda unfamiliar right now.
For those who can do that, salute to you. But that's not what I'm here for. See, what I'm here is to do an abundance of damage and be done. 30 minutes to an hour. Anything beyond that is called overtime, and I don't think you can pay me enough in oral sex for me to go beyond that on a regular basis.
You want to have unprotected sex?
A lot of that is not really your fault. To be honest with you, the songs that we listened to growing up gave us the wrong impression.
I submit to your demand, and I will not let go till you tell me to.
We was taught that we need to love you no matter what, that we need to give you whatever you need, that we need to beg for you to stay with us.
Now I know that to you, I'm just a poor, light-skinned gardener who can't even afford a shirt. But I love me some Jesus, and I love me some you.
Oh, Lord, thank you, Jesus. I never thought I'd ever be with a man so loving and light-skinned.
And I will always be light-skinned just for you.
Have y'all lost your damn minds?
And that's not really what you are into, is it? Most women don't want men to be like women.
When you're into men, that is.
Ooh, I'm him. And I'm the red guy.
And I'm seriously creeped out.
Anytime that you are influenced by aspects that you would not have normally been able to obtain without the use of technology, that makes you modern.
Well, isn't that cute?
That makes you a modern individual. Nobody is traditional. Nobody.
Ha! Thought I was gonna say it was wrong, didn't you?
If we was in traditional times, and if I was a king, because I'm a man and the head of my household, I have no obligation to you as the man, as the king, as the ruler of whatever dynasty I have.
I am dark-skinned and bald, so I hate you and I hate Jesus.
My obligation is to the people.
Do I look like Charlie Brown?
And your obligation is to make sure that I have all of my wants and needs taken care of.
Do I look like Charlie Brown?
If we're really being honest, most men had more than one wives, and I don't think more modern women would enjoy the idea of sharing their man with another woman, or women as in plural.
How can you do this to me?
Get out. I'm gonna marry this white hussy because you are too virtuous and strong and might make me a better man.
Marriage was never designed to truly be one-on-one. To be honest with you, that's more of a Western culture, supposedly first world problems, but that's definitely a first world issue.
Looks like you're up to no good again.
See, most of the time, there's not a designated governor for who should be what and how you should be in your marriage. The only thing that's supposed to be acceptable is that we share the same values, but you follow me as a man.
Look, you're the ones who tricked us.
You with the twerps who let yourselves get tricked.
Well, maybe you've got a point.
Don't agree with the enemy?
I can't tell you how many people get that wrong and think that because somebody is married, that means that they're obligated to just be with each other, but that's not really a modern problem. It's a traditional one.
You weird, buddy. You're weird.
A lot of tradition is fucked up. A lot of the things that we learned growing up is not correct.
And I started thinking to myself, man, what did he do to make them niggas that mad?
I understand that we believe it to be so, but that's not actually how things are when you're trying to be fair. See, it's a difference if you're trying to be right, because what is considered right?
That's tough! You know what I'm saying? That's tough!
In Muslim culture that they have 4 wives and that's considered normal and okay. Isn't there a state that does that in the United States? Don't they do that in Utah? Is that why we don't hear a lot from the people from Utah? I would love to take a really deep dive into what is actually wrong with civilization nowadays. Everyone feels like they are entitled to shit that you got just because you got it. You have to think of it like this. For those you like, everyone smells great. As in, there's something seductive and very sensational about people you really enjoy. But when you don't like them, they smell terrible. And if they always smell terrible, don't expect for them to take a bath and they smell good again. They're always gonna smell like shit.
That's it. That explains everything.
You should be taking what's best for your venture, what's best for your opportunities, what's best for your life, but that's not really what happens.
And to be fair,
this is kind of a man-made issue because all issues that are created from people are made by people. There's nothing that just happens out the blue.
Unfortunately, there is no cure for the pandemic we now face, but we do have an even more powerful weapon.
Compassion for our fellow man.
No compassion for our fellow man.
Unless you want to get really serious and talk about other aspects that we can't really control, like life and death. But other than that, a lot of it is just man-made shit. We kind of did it to ourselves. If you really want to sit there and ask, are things equal? They are not equal. You know why they're not equal? Because people are demanding for traditional values to be placed in modern times. But no one wants to accept that being modern is the new traditional belief. I'm not trying to tell you you're wrong. I'm just trying to tell you you're stupid. No, that's not. I don't want to offend, because yeah, you're kind of stupid. Things are kind of dumb. I wish that there was more of a discussion instead of just a debate on who's right or wrong. Because truth of the matter is that nobody is technically wrong. There's just bad feelings that are involved. But hey, wait. Did we just use the word feelings? Did we just use the word feelings? Feelings is a very subjective perspective, right? It's not a concrete and logical attribute. But if everyone is reacting and using their feelings, that means we are starting an argument and a conversation based off unstable foundation. But wait, my feelings are justified because I feel it. True. To you. They're not justifiable for everything else. And if you're using logic, you can't really use your feelings as a governor for truth. Because if that was the case, we wouldn't have so many trans and gay issues now, would we?
Cancel J.K. Rowling, my God. But effectually, she said gender was a fact. And then the trans community got mad as they started calling her a TERF.
GLAAD issuing a statement saying in part, Dave Chappelle's brand has become synonymous with ridiculing trans people and other marginalized communities.
Say what you want. It's a really simplistic reason why people don't like transgenders and don't like gays. And it's not because they're transgender, and it's not because they're gay. It's because they're trying to uphold a traditional value in a system that doesn't work anymore. To be honest with you, if I wanted people to have a better payoff, I would argue for them to be more feminine, because the world is built off of feelings now. We don't use logic for everyday life. If everything was logical, then we wouldn't have racism, then would we? Life works in a way that you need to be fair because someone's feelings got hurt.
Well, fuck your feelings.
I'm not here to protect your feelings. I had to stop lying to myself because I always wanted change and I always wanted other people to change, and that aspect of me has changed. I no longer want people to sit there and be better for them, because quite frankly, people don't give a fuck about themselves. They give a fuck about what other people think that they give a fuck about. And it's a weird complex that you niggas need to stop that shit. Let me not say that. I'm here to actually, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm here to just simply tell you what I've noticed. And what I've noticed is that people don't want a traditional individual. They want a privileged individual. It's a weird complex that you people need to stop. And when I say you people, don't do the offensive.
What do you mean by you people?
I say what I want. Man, that's crazy. People care so much about what other people think that they don't know how to assess themselves. Be blessed that you woke up today. Some people didn't get that opportunity. Don't be an infinite boob. Go beyond that.
Gotta be more than cars and money. You attract more flies.